New year, new queer. Hey, it's Awkward Noah here, and today we've got a little tarot reading where we don't read the cards, we let the cards read us, honey. Now, I don't know about you, but 2020 was a little bit of a drag, and this year I'm hoping is a lot better. We'll see if I can help, maybe give you some guidance for 2021 at least, because we could all use some guidance. We've got a choose your card in store. I've got 3 different piles with 2 cards on top. The first card is going to be your focus card. So that's the kind of thing that you want to focus on in this year. The second card is going to be the watch card. And those are the things that you want to watch out for and make sure you're looking out for while you're focusing on your first card. Before we begin, I just want you to take a little second to clear your mind, clear everything from your little head. Take a second to just choose which ones. On the first pile, we have the sun pile. On the second pile, we have the moon pile. And on the third and final pile is gonna be the stars pile. So, are we gonna go with sun? Are we gonna go with moon? Or are we gonna go with stars? You can pick 1, you can pick 2, it's up to you. How are you feeling? Sometimes I'm drawn to more than one. If you don't want to watch all the other cards, you can just skip now to your specific reading, or you can watch them all and learn with me. I'm learning just as fast as you are. Now, without further ado, so you've thought about it, you've figured out which pile is yours. If you picked the sun pile, we'll start with your first card. Your focus card is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is quite an adventurous fella. As with all knights, they're kind of eager, they're quite young, still experienced, so you're on a place where you know where you're going. We'd all like a knight with a wand, wouldn't we? I know, probably during 2020, we were all waiting for a knight in shining armor to just sweep us off our feet. But unfortunately, they didn't end up coming, did they? But the reason that is because you actually are the knight in shining armor. This knight has one strong idea that he's been working on all throughout 2020. You took your idea to a point where it's almost a reality, and this card is telling you to run with that idea. You've got to go with the wind. You were eager, you were ready, you were completely qualified for this position. So don't take that imposter syndrome. Nuh-uh, honey. Now there's a few cool symbols in this card too. So over here on the front of the card, we've got some salamanders. So the salamanders on this card represent fire. And then this might just mean that you're a flaming homosexual like myself, but not always. Basically, you are the fire. And so as with every fire, you need people that will fan your flames to make you bigger and when you're getting so hot. So make sure to surround yourself with good friends, because even if it is a solo journey, you still need people around you to support to make the idea go better. Now, a cool thing with this card is the mountains or pyramids in this little corner represent stability. And basically, those are reminding you, don't forget to focus on the original goal, because you are wild, you will go out there, you will go crazy with the ideas. So just make sure to take a second to focus on the idea before you get too lost and just enjoy the adventure. And now on to your watch card. Now here we have the 10 of Cups, and honey, I would not judge you if you were to need 10 solid drinks after this year. You're probably drinking those last night. I don't judge you. But basically, this card reminds us to look out for rainbows. Don't take this year for granted. I mean, this whole year might have been a crappy year, but you figured out the first idea from the earlier card. You figured out that idea. So you took that time, you figured it out. This card signifies happiness. There's a family, their little family over here with 2 little kids, and they're joyous, prosperous, happy. So one big thing is to remember that while you're focusing on your project, don't forget to spend some time with your family. Your family is important, whether that be your friends, your chosen family. Don't take them for granted. And this just reminds us to not take a second to forget to be happy. You might be so focused on the task at hand that you forget a second to take a breath and be happy at what you've accomplished. This card also signifies couples and settling down, so maybe be on the lookout for a potential partner or someone that might be giving you the little wink. While you should still be focused on the knight, you should also be focused on your family. So basically, what I'd say with these 2 cards is the Knight of Wands is an energy. It's the time is now. Strike the iron while it's hot. You go get her, girl. And the 10 of Cups is just a reminder to take time to focus on family, and watch out for any potential lovers that could be coming your way. Hello, my little moonies. And here, onto the moon pile. So we've got our second pile here. Now the first card we have on the deck is our focus card, and basically the Ace of Wands signifies a heavenly opportunity, basically gifted to you from the heavens. It's so wonderful, everything's coming into place. Wrong. Actually, this card was upside down, so the Ace of Wands reversed means something completely different. While things may be hopeful, and you could totally have the right side up version of this, the issues that you're facing, while you're reversed, you've got a lack of focus, unfortunately. So you've got a bunch of ideas bubbling up in that head, but you don't even know where you're gonna go with them. You're creatively constipated. And as most bottoms can attest, being constipated is something you don't want to be. So you need to introduce some creative fibers into your diet, some outlets, some ways to kind of get that creative juices flowing again. This card is also a reminder that if it's not now, maybe later. Take a second, take a chill pill. You might need a little more time, but make sure not to forget, it's your time. It's time to take responsibility and find your purpose, because you have a responsibility to get these great little ideas out into the universe. You've got so much power within you, but unfortunately, you're not doing anything with it. If you don't take responsibility for your own ideas, then you don't have anyone to blame if they don't come to fruition. Sorry about it. If this card's gonna read you, basically it's telling you, wake up, do something about it. I feel like this pile might be my pile because I've got a lot of ideas and nowhere to put them, so this is why we're making the video today. The power lies in you. And now on to our watch card. We have one of my favorite cards, the King of Pentacles, also known as the Sugar Daddy card. Now, wouldn't we all want a sugar daddy that's as handsome as him? Now, unfortunately, this doesn't mean you should exactly be watching out for sugar daddies. This means that you are good at attracting fortune and wealth and business opportunities right to you. This card is reminding you to look out for ways that you can showcase your vision and become successful all on your own. So remember that idea that you had in the Ace of Wands that isn't ready to come out yet? It could be very lucrative if you make sure to listen to those around you, take time to focus those energies, and birth the creation of the idea. And once focused, your ideas can be lucrative, hopefully monetarily, and if not, at least emotionally, so you get some fulfillment and happiness. While we don't always agree with those who are older than us, they do have a lot of insight on how things, especially monetarily, work these days. Maybe take some time to invest in finances. Look into it. This might be something to watch out for. And we're on to our third and final pile, the stars. And here we have your focus card, which is the Two of Pentacles. Now, as you can see here, you're a bit of a juggler. You might have been juggling boyfriends, you might have been juggling responsibilities. I'm not here to judge. And maybe taking off a little more than you can chew. And we can learn from the infinity sign that while you could go on like this forever, if you don't stop and figure out some balance, you might not be as fulfilled as you want to be. Otherwise, you're going to be completely unhappy and stuck in an infinite loop where you're never truly satisfied. It's good to kind of figure out where your priorities lie within the moment, because they're always changing. You just want to make sure that you're getting exactly what you need done. Sometimes your family needs a little more focus than your career, and then other times the career needs a little more focus than your family. But as a focus card, this is telling you that you need to get things finished. We're not here to sit behind and watch you in 2021 pick up another project that you're not going to finish. Don't start anything new in 2021 until you've finished everything that you've started in 2020. Sound fair? Didn't I tell you the cards like to read us? And now onto the watch card, which is also the final card of the reading, is the Five of Swords. Now the Five of Swords basically signifies you might love to always be slaying the competition, but it takes a toll if you're constantly right. It takes a strong person to know you've won the battle, but it takes an even stronger person to know you've lost the battle. Calling back to this card, while you might be juggling a lot of projects, you know some of them aren't really worth it. So this card reminds you to look out for reasons to quit a project if it's not working out anymore. It's also a reminder to not lose friendships over disagreements. Of course, there are complete reasons why you should end a friendship. With things like racism, intolerance, and other bigotry, definitely cancel. But over minor disagreements, we don't have to always be right. If you think Toxic by Britney Spears is the greatest song of our generation, meanwhile someone else thinks it's Positions by Ariana Grande, step off your high horse and know that it's not worth fighting for. They're both bops. This card is also for relationships. If it's seeming like the end, you might want to end it. But at the same time, it could be a completely reason to stop the fighting and come back together. This could be a potential breakup song or a potential makeup song. You choose the outcome. That's basically it for these two cards. So I'd like to say thank you for those who watched until the end, and I hope this gave you a little guidance and some fun. My name's Awkward Noah. You can find me on Instagram at Awkward Noah. You can also find me on Tumblr, also at Awkward Noah. But who uses that anymore? I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like this, maybe share it with your friends who need some guidance. Or if you just thought it really funny, I could always use a like. You know I love attention. Thank you for watching this and have a wonderful 2021. After what happened in 2020, I'm sure anything that happens in 2021 will be better than what we expected. Bye!